character-driven books or plot-driven books? Starting a video is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. I've missed you so much. So today we're gonna be having a vlog style bookish video because I am going to be doing a book journal of sorts. Basically, I'm gonna be doing a book journal. I don't even know why I said it like that. I'm gonna be starting my 2026 book journal. Is it April? Yes. Does it matter? No! I did try to start this, I think, very beginning of February, and I filmed a lot of clips. I went to Hobby Lobby. I took the time to like give you guys a whole little haul, like a bunch of footage I got on that day. And then I started it and I was like, this is so much work, and I just stopped the video and never picked it back up. I've been meaning to pick it back up for months. It's been a really long time. So I'm gonna pull out my journal, pull out my drawer of all the supplies that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby and all the stuff that I just had laying around my house. We're going to be making a little bit of a, I guess we're gonna be making progress on the journal. I don't expect to finish it in this video. I actually don't even expect to finish it in general, but I'm hoping that I can make like a page or two. And while we do that, I'm gonna be answering you guys' bookish questions. Honestly, I kind of just compiled a list of questions that I found in my comment section, some of them like online. Like I just made a whole list of a lot of assorted questions, and we're gonna be answering them as I complete my book journal. So you know those TikToks where it's like a story time and then the person's playing game or whatever? You guys can watch me make my journal while I talk, and you guys can be so entertained. So I'm hoping it's gonna be like a fun, cozy, bookish vlog. I didn't think too much into this. I thought it would just be fun to like hang out. I know this is a Tuesday video, so hopefully you can start your week with just like a cool little fun, cozy little vlog. First, I'm gonna roll the footage of all the stuff we filmed in February. Then I want to show you guys my junk drawer of all my supplies that I bought, and then give you guys a little bit of a tour, and then we can start making it. And while we do all that stuff, I'll just be answering your questions. I'm very excited. Hope we have some fun, and yeah, let's get into it.
With her, and yet,
Oh my god.
you have killed me. Turn me from someone who cannot save you. Only you can love the redemption of the girl elsewhere.
Ah! Wait, we're only on episode 5. Oh my god. Okay, this is the setup we're working with. I have stickers, all the stuff that I showed you, and then I also have my iPad with inspiration. Okay, let me take you through my little junk drawer. First, I have this Amazon box. I've had this for a minute. I think I got this like honestly a minute ago when I first bought all these bookish stickers for my Kindle. We have just like a bunch of like I Heart Book stickers. You remember that trend where like people would put stickers and then have like the clear Kindle case, and like that would be just the vibe for Kindles? This is when I got this. So this is like a variety pack I got off of Amazon, and then inside of it has like a glue stick that I'm sure is dry. A dry glue stick, like it's probably years old. I have a random colored pencil, nail polish, a pen. Hey, this is one of my annotation pens. What? Another pen, some markers, the works. Then I have a lot of ribbon that I remember I picked up. These are like, is that Scotch tape? Is that what this is called? This is like tape-ish, sticky residue on the box. So this is like a little plaid color. It's pink. And then we have, I don't know what this would describe as, but like I love these prints and I have it. So these little like tapey things, and then we have like actual ribbon. Is there not another one? We have this like blue, light blue pinstripe one. We have lemons. And then we have this like lace pattern, which I like. This is like very spring. And I remember at the time I bought it, I was like, I'm gonna use this during spring. So like April months, and it is April 12th or whatever. So I think this is what we're gonna be using today. Then I have cut up pieces of paper, super tip markers. And that's probably where the rest of these markers are from, because there's some that were missing from the box. These three are meant to be in here. Full pack of these. I don't even remember when I got these. Then I have a pencil, mechanical, more stickers. I think these are the real stickers I use, because I know those ones in the box are like the rejects. Oh, and then I have printed out books that I think were on my TBR. Wait, I've read most of these books. Oh my gosh, these are like books that I wanted to read in February, or books that I've read. I think these are books that I read, but I hadn't read these of it, so like maybe just anticipated releases. Wow, I've read a lot of these. We have First Time Caller, Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake, The Favorites. I've read those. Atmospheres on my TBR for this month. So the only books really are Atmosphere and Wild Dark Shore. Wow. I don't know what this is for, but I do have it. Then I have this random cut up piece of paper, watches. These like, what are these called? Cardstock? Whatever these are called, but like there's like a written pattern, little hearts. Oh, these are so cute. Then we have like little polka dots in pink. And then finally we have the journal. Honestly, I wish I could like completely say where I got all this from. I'm gonna try to link as much as I can in my description. Then we have the first page that I had made. I kind of hate this. I think everything was going well except for like the 2026. Like the 2026 was just like not coming out right. But like otherwise, if we ignore this, everything is cute. Like I really like this little embroider on the bottom, all that stuff. Hold on, I'm missing my glue. I don't know how to explain it. I think it was like fabric glue or something that I had bought. It was just like this really industrial like glue that I got for the ribbons. Oh, I see it. It was in the box. It's E600 clear transparent flexible glue. So yeah, that's really important to this, because without the glue you might be cooked. My inspiration, I'm gonna try to make like an April spread. I don't really know how people do this. I used to make like little bullet journal pages. I used to be kind of like that, but when I say used to, I mean like middle school, and it's been a minute since those days. So I don't have much of a crafty bone in my body anymore, but like these are so cute. So like I'm honestly just going to work off of these and like have this kind of like summery coastal vibe. That's our inspiration. I'm gonna like get all set up, start working on it, and then we can start answering some questions. Okay, I also got a little bit of a Starbucks drink earlier. This is a venti iced brown sugar shaken oat milk espresso or whatever. I really love it, so yeah, that just adds to the vibe. I rolled my chair over here. If you know anything about the layout of my room, my chair is on my vanity over there, but I like to work on this like nice clean little desk that you guys can barely see. So I rolled it over here so we can have better access. While I look for some inspiration, I'm gonna answer the first question. One question that I get really often is, what do I use to edit my videos, edit my thumbnails, like what camera I use, like all those kinds of things. So first, I use CapCut to edit my videos. Honestly, I know like it's like a Final Cut Pro is very popular. A lot of YouTubers use it, and I tried. I really did. But Final Cut Pro takes so much of my storage up, and I cannot figure out how to use it. I can't. It's so much harder than these people make it look. Like it's genuinely such a confusing editing software, and I spent I think like 30 minutes just trying to figure out how to cut a clip. And at that point I was like, I just don't have time for this. So I offloaded the app, went back to my trusty CapCut. I really love using CapCut. Honestly, I've had like a problem or two with it because it has some bugs, and that makes me worried, not because I don't want to use it. It's just like I get scared my videos are just gonna collapse on me and I won't be able to upload them. But honestly, the last problem I had with it was in January, and that was the only problem I had with it. So I'm not too worried. I really like using it. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. Oh, this is cute. For my thumbnails, I use Canva and Fonto. Honestly, Canva Pro, it's a hard pill for me to swallow, the fact that I honestly will willingly pay that $15 a month every single month, because it's just amazing. Like, it's phenomenal. I would recommend getting it with someone else and like just splitting the tab because it is expensive. Oh, I'm gonna make a little, like, what's it called? A board. No, yeah, I would recommend that because honestly, spending $15 on Canva Pro, and then I don't know if I said this, but I spend $20 a month on CapCut Pro. It's a lot, like $30 a month for editing software, but I get a lot of use from it and I think it's worth the price. There was another question. Oh, for filming, I use my phone. Honestly, I'm really excited to get a camera and I've been like saving up to get a camera, but right now I have an iPhone 17 Pro Max. So like after changing all my settings and all that stuff, it works so well and the quality is so clear and I love it so much. So honestly, it feels like such a waste. Plus, cameras come with a lot of like SD cards and you need to have like, I don't know what it's called again, but it's like a storage hard drive or whatever. A lot of that stuff is just money. So I thought that it would be unnecessary. Oh, I already have a book journal. I just felt like it was gonna be dumb to get one if I can't even like afford to pay for it. So when I make enough money off of YouTube to be able to buy myself a camera, an external hard drive, like all that stuff, then I will. But right now, I don't need one. Like I'll literally be fine. Someone asked me what TBR stands for. It stands for to be read. I do remember when I didn't know what that stands for. And honestly, I really like the bookish lingo or whatever. It just feels like we're in our own little world, in our own little bubble, and like we all just know what these little abbreviations mean. And like DNFs and TBRs and TBR jars, like the love for those. So yeah, like those things are just fun to me. Someone asked, what are my favorite books so far this year? I haven't read a lot this year. Wait, I have an idea. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. From what I've read, I loved The Wedding People. That was like a 5-star of the year. That was one of the best books I've read in a very, very, very long time. Like it was phenomenal. It's one of those books I can't believe I took so long waiting to read it and just having it on my TBR, because when I did pick it up, it changed so much of like my brain chemistry. And it's just one of my favorite books of all time. Let me think. Should I do the circle first? Okay, let me show you guys what we're going off of. So like you see like the little pinstripe design, but there's also this one that I like. So I'm trying to see if I can do that. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, my favorite books of the year. That book, I really liked The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. I love Abby Jimenez, and every single time she has a new release, I genuinely jump for joy. So when she dropped her new book, I loved it. Honestly, were there some flaws that like other people pointed out to me? Yes, they were. But I loved it a lot and I ate it up. And honestly, Abby Jimenez can do no wrong in my eyes. What are other, I really like. Hold on, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look at my Goodreads because I cannot remember. If I can't remember, maybe that says more about these books than I would like. But oh, Carabastone also had a new release. There's a lot of good new releases this year. I've liked a lot of the books I've read this year, honestly. And Fake Skating. Fake Skating was a 5-star for me. Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I actually just picked up a new Coco Mellors book, so I'm really excited to get back into that because I really liked her writing style and it was a lot of fun. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, this is what I've done so far. I am not an artist, bro. Nobody call me, please. Honestly, like this is boring. I probably should have narrowed it down, but like if I could say, I guess like top 3 of the year so far, I would say The Wedding People, obviously. A mix between No Matter What and The Night We Met. And I really, really liked Fake Skating. That was fun. But like I honestly have liked all the books I've read this year. Someone asked, because this was like under my Kindle video, and they had asked if I've ever tried Kobo, which is just a different kind of e-reader than Kindle. I have not. I want to. I have a fun video idea for it, but Kobos are really expensive and I wanted to get like the Kobo Clara, like the big one with like the pen and all that stuff. It's $200 and I know I spent almost the same amount on my Kindle, so like I can't be that scandalized over it, and I wouldn't normally be, but like I don't know, something about it. I just don't have $200 to spend on a Kobo right now, and I was trying to see if maybe I could like rent it just to try it out, and then it was like I found a place, but they were only in Australia, and I was like no, like it just wasn't in the cards for me. I don't think. Maybe I do want to try one. I do also love my Kindle and I am happy with my Kindle, so I'm not obsessing over the idea or the possibility to get a Kobo, but I would like to try it. I haven't tried it yet. What are my top 3 favorite authors? Top 3, maybe. I'm actually gonna wing this. Should I be like measuring it? Yeah. Am I? No. This is hard. How do people do this? Top 3 favorite authors. I would say Carabastone. I don't have a top. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna do top 5. Carabastone, Jessa Hastings, Liz Tomford, Abby Jimenez, Sarah J. Maas. But like that's in no particular order. If I could add some runner-ups, this is not fair. I'm not gonna What trope would you like to happen to you in real life, and which would you hate? Honestly, I think about this entirely too often. I would want to have like a friends to lovers vibe. I think friends to lovers is one of my favorite tropes to read about. I just think it's the most natural, organic, slow burn of the slow burns. Like, we could do anything. We could do enemies to lovers. We could do so many like rivalry books, blah, blah, blah. But like friendship to lovers will always be the one that hits the most because they just have chemistry overall and they have a foundation, and it always is like more built up that way. So I would love for that to happen to me. I would hate a lot of the tropes, honestly. I don't think I would do well in a billionaire romance because I have like an ick with people in suits. A lot of the times I see a guy wearing a suit, it doesn't reach the bottom, like his ankles, and his ankles are out, and every single time I think about it, it like kind of disgusts me. I don't like the way the millionaires with like their suits and stuff they dress. So I also don't think I would handle like an academic rivals to lovers storyline. It just wouldn't be for me. I feel like, first of all, I'm not that advanced to be fighting with someone in class. But also, I wouldn't really want something that is like, I think I would fold under the pressure. Like, it would just make me have anxiety, and I would think too much into it. Like, I wouldn't genuinely hate the person. I'd be like, oh my god, is she flirting with me? Oh my god, is she flirting with me? You know? What is my favorite childhood book series? My favorite childhood book series? Judy B. Jones. Is that what it's called? I actually, when I was younger, I had like 600 hobbies, right? And I had like a Chromebook. I remember like the first day I got it, like the day after Christmas or something, I was writing my own book, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write it. And her name was Cassie N. Carter. And it was like a spin-off of Judy B. Jones because that was like my favorite book at the time. So I wrote like this whole thing about these characters, and it wasn't like a legit book, like with actual pages. I think it was like 4 pages, a couple of chapters, you know, a lot of like just basic stuff, but I had the most fun with it, and I used to just sit at my laptop and write for so long. So I think that was my favorite one. That or like classics like Dromino Still In, like, you know, those kind of people. Okay, let me show you guys my progress. This is where we're at. This is fun. Wait, I like it. It's like therapeutic. The stripes. Now I'm gonna take the lemon string and put it on all the white parts, so it's like the blue lemony coastal vibe. What question did I leave off on? Oh yeah, okay. Top 5 favorite book tropes. I feel like we just talked about that. How many books have you read this year? Let me check my Goodreads. I have read 22 books this year. I had a goal to read 50 because last year I fell into such a slump. I think I read like 63 and I had a goal to read like 150. And then I was just in a really bad slump, so I wanted to set my expectations very low for the year. But then in January, I got my spark back and I started reading again. So I am 9 books ahead of schedule. I was thinking about moving my goal, but then I was like, I don't want to make it harder for me to reach. If I do end up exceeding the goal, then I end up exceeding goal. But I just want to enjoy books this year, so I'm not like pressing myself to get stuff done. I actually do have a question for you guys. Do you like the 2026, 2020, whatever reading challenges, like year by year? I really like them. It's so much fun just to like track what I'm reading for the year. You have like a goal, and sometimes it can be toxic because you're just pressed to hit that number, but other times, most times, it's really fun and I really like it. This glue literally is the most messy thing about this whole process. What are your comfort reads? I feel like my comfort reads are the most unsuspecting. Like, I think the best books with the best band of characters are always the saddest books with like the hardest tropes to swallow. Like, I would say my comfort reads, Binding and Keeping 13, Saving 6, like those books. Except Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 is really hard for me to read. Like, I would never reread that casually because it makes me want to cry every single time. But I used to like literally fall asleep reading Binding and Keeping 13 whenever I just like was super anxious or whatever. Like it generally just felt, those characters were like a home to me. And I think I related a lot to Shannon. So I think that's what had made it so comforting, because whenever I just felt like anxious or whatever, I would like go back to those characters. When I read them, I needed them. So say like Jessa Hastings books, I will always want to reread a Jessa Hastings book. Her writing style, her characters. The Conditions of Wills was one of the best reads that I've reread now multiple times. I just loved Georgia. I loved her character. It made me feel just so like warm and cozy to go back to that, and I just love the way her mind worked. She just gave, like, everything she did, everything she wrote, perfection. So I would say maybe like Jessa Hastings, and then Sarah J Maas. Sarah J Maas books are like so popular, and they were some of my first ever reads. ACOTAR, Core Memory, Crescent City, one of the best books of all time. Like one of the best books of all time. And I think I've reread it so many times now. It was what got me out of a slump, even though it's like a 600-700 page book. It's one of her best creations. It's hard, I don't know, like she just is a great author. Also Liz Tomford books. Girl, this is coming together. Look, finished with this half of it, and I've just like been cutting it to try to go along the circle, and then inside the circle I'm gonna write April, I think, just in blue or in yellow. Yellow might actually be much prettier. I'm gonna write it in yellow. Okay, do you have any bookish bad habits? Honestly, my current bad habit is the fact that I suck at finishing books. I'll start a book and just get bored, and whenever I'm like feeling like I'm just not feeling it, I'll just stop it, and then I won't pick it up, and then I won't read anything else. And I really hate that, because I think that's just a recipe for falling into a slump. I'm trying to stop doing that. Also, sometimes I'll read, especially because when you're filming and like you want to make videos about what you're reading isn't always just like a your own time kind of hobby. Like it's kind of more than that. And you have a time frame. No matter how freeing you're trying to make it, you have a time frame for when your books need to be read, so you can upload certain videos at certain times, especially if you have a schedule. So for me, I always kind of have like this bad habit of like not enjoying a book because I'm so focused on finishing it, so I can edit the footage of me reading it, that like I will miss the important parts and like the just experience, because I'm so caught up on trying to get it done in a day or 2 days or 3 days or whatever. So I'm trying to give myself some more time and not schedule stuff like, oh, hey, I have a video coming out in 5 days. I want to read 2 books. Then I only have about 2 days to read each book and 1 day to edit. And it really stresses me out. And I always am just like, okay, this book needs to get done today. This book needs to get done today. This book needs to get done today. So yeah, that's like some things that I'm working on. Because at the end of the day, I just want to have fun. And I think reading should be fun. And sometimes I can suck the fun out of it because you'll add it as like a responsibility, you know? Am I a mood reader or follow the TBR kind of reader? Honestly, I barely make the TBR, let alone follow it. I do like TBR videos, and I like TBRs in general because it kind of feels like I have a set list of books to read. Previously, I just been a mood reader. I think this month I just like my TBR. I don't know. The month just started, so I wouldn't go off of this month. But TBRs are hard to follow sometimes. Sometimes you'll put a book on the TBR and you'll be like, yeah, I don't really feel like reading this, but maybe. And then you'll get a new book and it's not on your TBR, and it's like, wait, I kind of want to read that. So I like my TBRs, but I think I'm just a mood reader at heart, no matter how much I try to change. Okay, who is my favorite bookish influencer? I would say Sarah Crowley. She's been my favorite for years. I think her vlog style content, just her as a general, like her in general, her life, I always am interested to hear whatever she has to say, whatever she's doing in a day. I just love her vlogs. I think her vlogs are like some of the best parts, and it's just so nice because she talks about books and she's such a great vlogger. So it's just such an entertaining atmosphere, and like her reading vlogs are just so nice to read, and it feels like you're like she's inviting you into her world. So I take a lot of inspiration of that when it comes to like my videos and like how I edit it, because I love her editing and like hooks me. I really love Sarah. Like Sarah is honestly, you can already tell she's like the sweetest person, and she's just a great everything. Her, and then like Rachel Catherine, Heather McLary, some like smaller ones too, like Caitlin Washko, Maddie Favor, a bunch of people. Really love. Honestly, all bookish influencers. Then I have this or that questions. Hold on, let me finish this part and then we'll transition into those questions. I I just finished my first page. I really like it. I really like it. Like I have the little flowers and stuff, and I tried to incorporate the orange and the pink just to like add some pop of color. There is this like little white blank bit that I'm like, maybe I should add something, but there's also a white border here, so I will deal with that in a minute. Next, I'm gonna do a highlighted book from last month, and I'm gonna do it in like a little like envelope opening thing. You're gonna see in a second. Now we're gonna do our this or that would you rather questions while I try to see if I can draw an open mail thing. Maybe I'm gonna go on Pinterest. Hold on. Something along the lines of this, but that little like white piece of paper bit will be one of the printed out books. Romance or fantasy? Fantasy. Fantasy I think will always win. I don't know why, but for some reason fantasy will always hit for me regardless of how much I love romance just as a genre. Romances in fantasy books are peak. Audiobook or Kindle? Kindle? I'm not too much of an audiobook person. I want to get more into it though. Library or bookstore? Bookstore all the way. I always want to own the book. I do understand the appeal of getting a book, returning it, getting to read it for free, blah, blah, blah. But I do want to own my own books. That gives me joy just to like put it on my shelves when I'm done with it and get to reread it whenever I want and not have to wait. So even though it is an expensive hobby, I would rather just have my own book. Thriller or sci-fi? Honestly, neither. I don't like sci-fi books, but thrillers also like, I try to get into thrillers maybe once every couple months and I regret it a lot. I just don't think it's my genre. No matter how much I wish it was my genre, I don't think it is. Paperback or hardcover? Lately, a lot of my favorite books have been hardcovers, but that's just because they're new. I think I like a paperback more. Hardcovers have their appeal, like they're clean and stuff, but paperbacks just feel nicer. Like they don't feel as intimidating, you know? Fiction or nonfiction? I don't have the best understanding of what nonfiction is. I actually just made a video, I think it was like my April TBR video, and the way I was not understanding what the term nonfiction was, like when I picked it up, I generally don't get it. I don't really love nonfictions. Like I read them mostly for school, and that's why like I shy off of them. I don't mind it, I guess, but I don't want to read it. Like it doesn't sound interesting to me. Couch reader or bed reader? I don't really read on my couch, honestly. I only really read on my couch when I'm like trying to get like a different change of scenery, but even then like I'll go like to a coffee shop before I just go to my own couch. I think I'm a bed reader. I think I'm a bed everything. I would genuinely spend as much time on my bed as possible when I'm given a chance. Which one do I want? I think I'll do this one. Always with coffee or always with snacks? Honestly, come on. I'm always with coffee. New release or a classic? Classics are hard work, guys. I want to be a classic lover. I try, but it generally just sounds like gibberish to me, no matter how much I try to pretend it doesn't. Biography or self-help? Neither. Read in a coffee shop, read in the park. Park has so many variables. Like I could read on the park for maybe 5 minutes and then I would have to leave because like the wind is in my hair and all that stuff. I do like reading outside like at my house, but even then I do that for like 20 minutes max before I just have to go inside. I like coffee shops because they're controlled and they're cute, and I don't know, it feels like a vibe, like it has the right ambiance. But also I love reading on the beach. So don't listen to me. I'm not making up my mind. Spice or no spice? I don't mind spice. Sometimes I think spice adds to the plot. Like I'm not obsessed with too much spice, especially spice that is just like unnecessary or when it feels like it pulls away from the plot. So I'm kind of like a middleman for this one. The movie or the book? Honestly, I would rather read the book for most of these things, but sometimes, and I know people will not believe me because people love to say that the book is always better. Sometimes I think, wait, hold on, I'm trying to think. Sometimes I think that the movie is better. Like people with me on vacation, I don't know if I'm just not remembering it correctly. I did read the book a minute ago, so maybe that's why. But I feel like the movie for people with me on vacation is so good. Maybe not like amazing, like way better than the book, but I do think it has some competition. Goodreads or book journal? Goodreads. I'm just an avid Goodreads user. It's super easy. Like that's my thing with Goodreads. It is so easy to use your Goodreads account. It's so easy to find your Goodreads account. You don't have to put any work into it, and it's just like a vibe, you know? Oh, stingy with 5 stars or gives out 5 stars very often? I try not to give out 5 stars too often because honestly, half the time, like I won't mean it. And then it feels like it decreases the meaning and like the value behind my 5 stars. I like to be not stingy to the point where I refuse to rate any book 5 stars. I feel like it needs to earn it. Like if I don't have a 5-star feeling, I generally would never hesitate to just be like, okay, 4.5. I want my 5 stars to be important to me, you know? And I don't want to just like hand it out because I really want a 5-star. Because when you do finally hit that 5-star, it's a really different feeling. And you can always tell which books just don't meet that. Never feel like it's too late to go back on a 5-star. It's generally never too late. It's your rating. You can always change it. Read only in a quiet room or read anywhere and everywhere. I can read anywhere and everywhere. I can tune people out really easily when I'm reading because if if you're really focused and you're really like tuned in with the book, it's not hard, in my opinion. Like, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's hard to tune out conversations around you and all this stuff. Like, I can do it because it's like I'm listening to a conversation myself, so it doesn't matter. It feels like I have like AirPods in. I just cut this, so I actually have to make sure this is perfect. This is much harder than it needs to be. Oh my god. Okay. Character-driven books or plot-driven books? Character-driven. I understand the appeal of a plot-driven book, but it only hits if the characters are also good characters. If we have an amazing plot, but the characters are just not witty, or they're not interesting, or you don't really want to follow them, it makes it hard to care about the journey because you don't care about what's going to happen after. Like, you don't care what they gain because you don't like them to begin with. So I would always say characters, then plot. Pick book by their covers or read the reviews first. I wish I was like I'm gonna always read the reviews. Actually, I'm lying. I always read books that I've seen YouTube videos for. So I don't like go out and seek the reviews on Goodreads or like on Amazon or something, but usually I hear something about the book before I'll buy it. So I will say I usually get a book based off of a review, even if it's not like an official review that I saw on like the website or whatever. Oh, series or standalones? I love a series. I love to be with characters for extended periods of time if I really like them. Because sometimes standalones, I'll just like mourn the characters and it feels like I didn't get enough, and then I'll just feel so upset about it. And even if it's just like an interconnected series, like any kind of experience where I get to see those characters and see what they're doing when it's done right is honestly like, it's really fun. It's really peak. Morning reader or fall asleep with a book? Honestly, I tend to fall asleep reading, but usually actually no, I'll say a morning reader. If I wake up in the morning and I just have like a book on my mind and I've been wanting to read it for a long time. Ooh, what color do I want to do? I will usually read it a lot more, like I'll be more focused if I'm reading it in the morning than if I'm reading it at night for some reason. At night, usually I'm thinking, okay, I have to do this for tomorrow, I have to do this for tomorrow, I have to do this for tomorrow. And it feels like I like rush myself to get through books, you know? I feel like reading in the morning is a lot more easy for me. Willing to finish a book no matter what, or life is too short to read a bad book. I am willing to finish a book usually no matter what, even though I probably shouldn't, and most of the time I regret it. Something about getting so far into a book and just not continuing it, it makes me feel like I failed. And after spending like 250 pages on a book, I want it done. I want to say that I finished it and I read it. I will always push myself to finish books even when I hate them, because I feel like life is not too short to update my Goodreads challenge, you know? That's a bad habit I have. I need to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna finish this page off, but we are at the end of my questions. So we're gonna do like a little bit more of a chit chat, but I do want to finish this page before we close out this video. Okay guys, I just finished my spreads for today. I'm actually so happy with the progress I made. I genuinely thought I was just gonna let this journal die. I only did 2 pages, but honestly, I spent like the last almost 2 hours just doing these 2. First, I had this cover page just for the month of April. It has lemons and it's like a blue, green, white kind of theme. I have April in the middle, down in like a vertical position, and then some greenery to tie in the lemons. And I really liked it. I'm hoping maybe we'll like figure this out because this is kind of just blank space. I might add another lemon thing after it. I feel like that could be cool. Then I have a highlighted read of the last month, so March. This was No Matter What by Cara Stone. I drew like a little, I guess like an envelope, and then I had like a cherry blossom vibe, so I put some greenery like on the envelope right here, over here, flowers, whatever. Put some like vines on the highlighted part and tried to do like my best cursive. This took me such a long time for no reason. I feel like other people are so much faster with this, but hopefully I can get faster too. I had so much fun talking to you guys. I had so much fun just doing this whole like crafty, cozy business. I'm so excited for this video to come out. Tell me if you guys enjoyed it, if you had fun. I had fun making it. I never make these kinds of videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, but God loves you so much more, and I hope and I pray and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.